What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of Cub Reacts on a Friday morning. Again, as I said before, it's a relatively quiet release week. I think we're kind of in that middle period now between all of the summer albums, moving into the winter albums that are going to be dropping over the next few weeks. But there's been a really interesting EP drop today from Skiibii, Life of a King. We did react to one track off this already, but I'm very excited to get into this one. It goes by the name Pawon. I've been told that there's a really good vibe about this one, so I'm excited to see how it sounds. As always, friends, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. We're now hurtling towards 43,000 subscribers, which is just absolutely crazy. So big up each and every one of you, and without further ado, let's jump into the sounds of this one. Let's go. Okay. Rhythms are cool. The jump.
Escala ọmọ iko yẹn, olóyìnbó ọmọ onífònẹ, odogun ọmọ ibo yẹn. As she enter my house, so she see to lẹ. Ó ní ó pọ̀ gan, Escala ò pa wọ́n.
It's an interesting one because it's kind of rolling at half-time drum-wise. You're not kind of getting a traditional kind of triplet or a kind of sort of pattern. You're getting a very kind of half-time rolling pattern. Again, there's elements of Amma in this. There's elements of Fuji in here. It's a really cool combination of sounds. Skiibii is a very unique artist in the instrumentals that we tend to hear because they always do have these unique elements and these unique twists and turns. Loving the bass line down below, the subtlety of those kick drums as well. Vocals sound sweet from the jump. Also, great intro.
Only your pogo, Escala on power. Life not done by done, so it's my time.
Woo, nice line. This is cool, man. I'm liking the transitions between sections as well. What I'm liking about this the most, though, is that subtle sense of percussion that is running through the low end of the arrangement. It's giving the whole thing this just very kind of naturally rhythmic feel. Like, it's very difficult to sit still to this. And on top of that, you are hearing Skiibii really own it in regards to the vocals he's bringing, the actual kind of the tenacity of the vocal as well. Like, he's trying things, he's layering, he's going into higher ended, he's bringing these really cool harmonies. There's a lot of things going on, despite the fact the instrumental itself is actually quite stripped back.
To bash it at Maria, for my head I go carry ya. Mommy, nobody, barrier, yaria. To bash it at Maria, for my head I go carry ya. Mommy, nobody, barrier. Escala ọmọ iko yẹn, olóyìnbó ọmọ onífònẹ, odogun ọmọ ibo yẹn. As she enter my house, so she see to lẹ.
So cool, man. Again, these little one-drop breaks we're getting before each new section work really nicely. They're a really good way of kind of amplifying the intensity of when the next drop hits. Kind of, you get nothing for a second, then you jump right back in. It's like kind of sitting on the side. It's like taking a breath before you dive, and it works really nicely in kind of adding to the impact of each drop individually. Skiibii's killing this vocal-wise, loving his direction, loving the different kind of unique things he's doing. And again, the rhythm on it's nice. We're hearing those subtle little whistle sounds in there as well. The bass line down below is thick. This is cool.
Life not done by done, so it's my turn, yeah. Life not done by done, so it's my turn, yeah. They wanna joke that, want my joke back. They wanna joke that, want my joke back. All I want for joke that, want my joke back. I'm for joke that, want my joke back. They wanna joke that, want my joke back. They wanna joke that, want my joke back.
I'm loving this kind of level of repetition we've got going on as well. It's kind of amplifying. It's almost like we're winding up like a clockwork thing to kind of let it go, and then everything's just going to spin out of control. Instrumental wise, this is great. I'm loving how transitional the whole thing is. It's not sitting still for a second. It's constantly moving into different areas and different kind of directions. Like, we're getting A, B, C, D, back to B, to C, to A, back to D. Like, it's really nice in regards to the sections and how they're being varied as it goes. This is cool, man. I can understand why people told me to listen to this one. It's very much up my street.
Life not done by done, so it's my turn.
See what I mean?
Life not done by done, so it's my turn.
Tell you what as well, it's definitely a tune that grows, which which with Skiibii I feel is quite a new thing. This is a tune that's been quite progressive. Like, you're hearing those log drums rolling in now. You're hearing, again, the more sort of typical amapiano sounds with those sort of very scattered snares, the ones that are just kind of going just appearing randomized, just giving the whole thing this extra kind of thump. And then on top of that as well, you've got Skiibii just providing these really clean vocal lines. The bass line down below is really, really rolling. You've got these nice syncopated, very typical amapiano-esque sort of chord lines that are kind of going bip, bip, bip. They're really subtle in the mix, but if you listen out for them, you will hear them. It's a cool tune. Really like the use of that string line in there as well. Again, it just gives the whole thing this sense of progression. It gives it a storytelling feel. I love the violins that get used in kind of Amma influenced stuff, because it just kind of gives it this level of grandeur. It gives it this kind of regal sense, and it works really nicely. And this works on this as well. Obviously, the tune's called Life of a King, so there's that regal element in there with the strings, naturally associated obviously from orchestral sounds and backdrops, which you tend to hear in films and scores. Works really well. Yeah, this has been really interesting, man. So many different things going on. Like, listening to that, you can hear there's shakers, there's subtle percussion, there's background vocals, those strings are rolling in, there's the bass line, there's a couple of other mid-range melodies that are just kind of floating around, there's pad textures, there's so many things going on. And I feel with a tune like this, that's what brings the colour to it, that kind of multi-layer of textures. It's like an onion. It's the texture, it's the layers. It's all about layers. But yeah, we'll let this one run through to the end and then give it our final breakdown. Really clean. There we go then, the sounds of Skiibii with Life of a King. This one at Pawon, really cool tune. Again, all about progression, this one. That natural transition we heard the whole way through between sections, beautifully done. Got to praise Skiibii's vocal on this as well. Came with a really clean, well-executed, well-thought-through vocal performance. The use of one-drop kind of beat cuts worked really well. The string lines coming in, the tune progressing into a much more amapiano-influenced sound with those sort of rolling snare lines in there. Obviously, the log drums as well. And just how many different things go on throughout the entirety of the tune. The subtle little switches that are constantly happening are what give this one its energy. Very cool tune indeed. We'll probably check out at least one more track off the EP over the next few days. But there we go, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments section down below. Did you enjoy this one? Have you listened through the full EP? Have you enjoyed it? Let me know your thoughts. As always, we do read every single comment that comes onto the page. And of course, if you are new to the page, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.